Good evening. Welcome to the first spring edition of Tougaloo EagleEyeNews. I am Burrell. EagleEyeNews starts now.
From Tougaloo College, this is Channel 19, EagleEyeNews.
Have you been noticing less and less students in the cab since the winter break? Enrollment may have gone down due to a number of reasons. Noah Haile has this story.
Not the most populated this semester, 900 students is all that's left of the illustrious Tougaloo College.
I look at the numbers every day in my job, so I know in the last 3 or 4 years we have seen a decrease in student enrollment.
Always being a small school and big on education, it seems their student enrollment is not.
Last year we dropped a few by 879, and so this year we're hoping to bring in a larger class.
With a lack of recruitment and multiple turnovers, the college hopes to gain more students along with scholarships.
Keep a stable recruitment team. I think we will, along with, additional money and scholarships.
Learning from this experience, Tougaloo hopes to reach out to many others to help bring enrollment up.
I guess year or so, our budget has been increased for us to attend events, in bigger territories than we have before. So, of course, that would help.
The Flint water crisis has touched many lives outside of the state, including Tougaloo College. The people of the Tougaloo community have been donating water ever since they found out about it. Several Greek organizations on the campus and around the metro area have also donated water. All water will be transported to Michigan, but the method of transportation is unknown at the moment. The Vicksburg flood has affected thousands of residents in the area, causing them to evacuate. The situation hits close to campus, seeing that some of our students are from the Vicksburg area as well. Noah Haile talks to some of these students to see how they are affected by it.
As the flooding of Vicksburg continues to rise, so do the worries of the residents living there.
Usually when it floods, since Vicksburg is such a hilly area, a lot of people stay in like these low-level houses. And so a lot of times the water floods up so much they can flood the floor and even sometimes the first floor of their houses.
One of the residents from Vicksburg, Mississippi, Miss Tougaloo, shares how she prepares for situations like these.
To prepare for it, people, if you live in the flood zone, which is more by the boats around 61, you put your house on stilts, you build your house on stilts, so as the water rises, your house or your belongings don't really get ruined or anything.
Though flooding doesn't happen often, Miss Tougaloo feels it is a life experience and feels everyone has taken something from it.
It was really bad, and before the time before that, I can't remember it being very, very bad, so it doesn't happen too often. Thank God it doesn't.
Thursday is the day where the flood should start to recede and people should be able to go back to their normal everyday routines. Cities and nations across the world came together to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King on MLK Day. One fraternity decided to remember him in a unique way with an art talk. Kiera Bronson has this story.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that.
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated hosted an art talk, the correlation of art and social/political movements for MLK Day.
I think sometimes we forget the significance and the importance of art to social and political movements, and all of these pieces from all of these artists was symbolic and representative of how powerful art can be.
Artists from Tougaloo and Millsaps displayed their art that shows different aspects of social injustice.
It's a young man who has been caught up in the penal system, and from my perspective, the penal system is one that is very detrimental to our youth, especially our American youth. Hence the slave collar.
Jackson says she wants her art to be remembered as how far we have come in terms of the past.
That we're much more than policies made and built off of a facade.
The event ended with a candlelight memorial of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Each of them told a story of a struggling person who happened to be a person of color, who happened to be black and or African American.
Kiera Bronson reporting for Tougaloo EagleEyeNews.
Homecoming week is coming up and there is never enough time for it. One car brand decided it was time to revamp their store and expand with new elements. Stay tuned to find out who this car brand is.
Hey Jim. Hey Bob. Crazy weather we're having. Yeah. Hey, when's the next test? Let's coordinate. How's Thursday? Thursday's perfect. You know what? I'm gonna give them a test too, and I'll make it worth 20% of their overall grade. Nah, I'll make it 30. You think 30 is better? Yeah, you gotta make it just for these kids. Give them a taste of what it's like in the real world. It's hard out there for a pimp. Yeah, for sure. Words to the mothership. You know what? On Friday, I'll give them a take-home test, and none of the answers will be in textbook. That totally ruined their weekend. Jim, yeah, you're a genius.
Welcome back. There's a pile of trash sitting in the woods right before you get to the baseball field. Tougaloo Eagle Eye flew high to look down. The landfill is where the grounds crew dispose trash from the residence hall in certain buildings. Waste management then comes and picks up the trash from the landfill if they are full. The dumpster site was chosen because it was far from the campus and could not be seen. According to Kelly Monadian, Vice President of Facilities, they are currently pricing a fence to go around the site so nobody could see it when they passed by the baseball field. Major car dealership held a grand reopening ceremony after a major brand wanted all stores to be remodeled. Watson Quality Ford held a ribbon cutting ceremony for their grand reopening. The dealership that's been here since 1982 and others across the nation were asked to update their stores to make it more customer friendly.
Obliged Ford in remodeling our store. We actually bought some extra property, moved our parts department, tore down our used car building, and then remodeled as Ford would like us to.
SGA has been pretty busy for the preparation of Homecoming Week. They have several things lined up to get the word out about the week. The theme for Homecoming Week is timeless. Lots of activities are planned throughout the week, including a pep rally, comedy show, game night, and basketball game days before the big homecoming game. Homecoming week always starts off with church on Sunday. The vice president of SGA talks about the meaning of the theme.
To bring back people from as far back as the 40s and 50s and all the way up to the 2015 graduating class. So we're really excited.
Tougaloo's men and women's basketball teams will be playing Philander Smith for homecoming. See how men's and women's basketball has been going so far. Find out how you can get your events displayed on TVs around campus. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Tougaloo EagleEyeNews.
What are you doing? I'm a 3-time All-American and I play golf for 3 years.
So
I think I'm gonna have to teach you something on this court.
You don't have to teach me anything, honey. I got this.
I think I'm gonna teach you a lot today, man. Ready? First one, 3 wins.
Whatever.
All right, check. That's a foul. Since you're fouling, I think we need to get a referee.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Whatever.
Or I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
I know CPR.
Wait, no, I'm gonna call 911 right now.
No, I don't have health insurance.
Welcome back. Some professors are not as tech savvy as others, but one professor knows everything about the newest technology. Noah Hill brings this story.
If you're still not familiar on how to use modern day technology, I would say you're in luck.
We began our Digital Humanities Masterclass. And that class was for faculty members who are interested in using technology in the classroom and also for research.
One computer science teacher, Ms. Streeter, shares on how you can learn.
Some of the faculty members, many of them will be using the technology in the research for modern day slavery.
Additionally, Ms. Streeter feels that the faculty learned a lot from the class and hope they all take something from it.
We got some hands-on instruction in video editing, audio editing. We also did some work with web pages, developing a web page, and we were able to take all of those tools and combine them into one web page. So the faculty members were able to see how they could integrate these technologies together.
Technology is found everywhere in this day and age, including cell phones, televisions, and computers. But do some people depend on it too much? As we look around, technology keeps advancing and continues to take away from the need of human action. People begin to use this technology to do extremely simple tasks that can be done at the same efficiency by hand than with the use of technology.
I think that when you use your sources wisely, you can communicate with the device and like other activities. You have to get up and be active with the product.
Events are held every week and are displayed in many ways. Kiera Bronson gives you the story about one way they are shown.
Have you ever noticed the flat screen TVs around campus showing various upcoming events? Do you wonder how it is displayed on there? Meet Virginia Vardham, who is the webmaster for the campus. She is responsible for displaying the events.
It does require a little bit of skill with graphics, and that's what I have, a little bit of skill with graphics. I can resize things, rearrange things. I'm not really a graphic artist.
She says it doesn't take long to publish the events on TV depending on how people send the events.
If I get one that's ready to put up there, I take it out of my email, I drop it in the screen, I go over there, I load it up, I push it out. I can do it in 5 or 10 minutes tops.
Some TVs in certain buildings are having trouble updating frequently.
One of those televisions has a unit on the back that's kind of like a little computer that receives the signals, receives the files, and displays them. And somehow they get disconnected.
The HGA Vice President says the TVs are a good asset for the college.
Watching the screens is extremely important because we kind of get used to seeing it on the screen. You know how we watch the news and see it on TV.
Earlier I mentioned that some TVs such as this one haven't been updated since about 2 years, but now technicians have since updated them. Kiera Bronson reported for Tougaloo EagleEyeNews.
Men and women's basketball team are back home to take on the Southern University of New Orleans. Stay tuned for highlights.
Niggas A1, all got street cred, all niggas ballin', all niggas out lit, pulled up in the fountain, pulled off with the dance. Got a pop close mine, kinda hard to keep my pants.
I ain't gotta try. You waving that thing in the sky? You waving that thing at your body? You waving that thing at your eye? Look at them watching my wrist. Got them all watching my wrist.
Cut it. Them bricks is way too high. You need to cut it. Your price.
The men's basketball team has been up and down with wins and losses during the Christmas break. The team started off on fire in the first half, then they began to fizzle out. In the fourth quarter, Tougaloo rode Q Porter's hot hand as he started the ending period off with 3 quick shots from deep. Tougaloo won the game 80-72. So far, the women's basketball team is 0-11 as they make their way back to the dog pound to take on Southern University of New Orleans. The girls came ready to right the ship as they began clicking on all cylinders and they jumped out to an early lead. Southern University of New Orleans, however, revamped their game plan and cruised to a 66-58 victory. The Lady Bulldogs are now 0-12. Tougaloo Bulldogs baseball team has released their schedule for this upcoming season. The season is rapidly approaching and the Bulldogs are unleashed, hungry, and ready to feed. This has been another edition of Eagle Eye News. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Tougaloo Eagle Eye News. See you next time.